my drawing is more a bit like, kind of like, because a Balinese hand, they're very flawless. How they draw is like, their hand is just amazing. Like, I couldn't explain it. It's just very flawless. But me, I got a little bit like, because I'm a city boy, you know, so I kind of study myself to become like them. So of course, end up different kind of form. That's me. I have more focus about, you know, pattern from Java, from Bali. Actually, I like to try everything from Indonesia, but I raised around Java and Bali, so that's why I'm focused on. Most of my inspiration come out from what I see, actually, because I live in Bali now, is what I see every day. But you know, like from shadow puppet, from the wayang, we call it, fabric, like from the kain, temples in Bali, because living, especially in Bali, you see ornament everywhere. So it's what you see every day. So that's gives me a lot of influence on work. I am Ade Itameda, born, raised Jakarta, and now I live in Bali, but I spent around 10 years in Holland. When I was in Holland, because a lot of museums they have a lot of Indonesian, heritage there. So I can read more, understand more about what happened in the past. But when I'm back home, I basically travel to see everywhere. Like in Bali, there's a lot of like special temples. They from the very Buddhism side and very Hinduism side. So I went there to study. And also in Jogja, they say like, you know, in Central Java, they create a lot of batik, the fabric. So I went there, I study, because all the symbol actually have a meaning behind it, and it's nice to understand what it's from. So I can make and combine to make a new things, to not just like make it whatever. It's just also by understanding whatever been done is kind of respecting. You don't want to, you know, create something completely out of the line. That's what I do. Well, depends what you like. I started tattoo very young because I got this when I was 12.
Really?
Yeah. Basically, Indonesia, you know, from the old, you know, we have this tribe doing tattoos, and during the governmental things and everything, tattoos such of like a bit removed, so it become like not normal anymore to have tattoos. And I remember like I was 12, and when you're tattooed, you're basically a bit like, you know, more criminal from the jail. So the understanding all this tribe thing is just suddenly gone. And also live in Jakarta is everything try to be so modern. And for me, like the first time I got tattooed is basically like, you know, it's nothing about being tough or whatever, because education not that good in Indonesia at least in my generation. So I found this machine from the guys which is been in jail, you know, the kind of like a made up machine.
Yeah.
So I just try it. I bought the ink and I try on my hand. And I think it's that's how I started. And then you're learning more and more. But actually, serious tattooing I learned in Holland, because you know, you get more technical, you understand more like exactly what it is. Because when I was 12 and then going 17, I study a bit there, but I cannot learn a lot, because people still like, you know, it's not very, how to say, serious job. I think not from long time ago tattoos become, you know, a serious job, but before that it just, you entering like very gray area, like people come there just bunch of, you know, random. And getting tattoos is basically part of being rebel, want to be different. Yeah. Lately I met this old painter, I don't know, I think he's old, 73, Pak Wayan Sueca. Is basically he's from Kamasan, is in the area in Bali. So it's like a tradition from his great grandpa till him now. And then for me, it's good to study what they do. And so I went down there, I study everything, but we make collaboration. Basically, I try to understand why they create that. Kamasan basically it's a painting to tell like about the shadow puppet. It's like a story of what happened in the past, the Mahabharata, so everybody can learn about, you know, it's like, oh, this has happened, that happened, how to be a good person, all the idea behind it. It was nice, but you know, it's a lot of pressure because, you know, it is like a very, they've been doing that for years, and I'm a new generation, so I came there to understand what they do, and I try to make something around it. So it's a bit like, I think for the first painting that I collaborate with the guys, Paswecha, it's like 6 months. Because me as a young generation, I want to know what the old generation, and I think it's nice the old generation want to also understand what the young generation do. So we meet in the middle. Because for me, it's like what I bring to Kortrijk this time is what Wayan Swecha and Bu Swecha draw. That's what they sell there. That's like they do it every day. They paint every day. It's like for them, it's not even a job. It's like they how to say it, that's what they do in life. So it's kind of weird for me because, you know, normally when you paint, this is like, you know, your fun time, your hobby. It's just what they do. It's just like a tradition. So everybody doing it, they're doing it too. So I think the first collaboration, it take a while to be there. But what I bring now to Kortrijk is basically the original painting from Bapak and Ibu. The story of from Hanuman, from Mahabharata, all the shadow puppet and everything, Rama and Sinta. My shop is in Bali, in this area in Umalas. I call the name of the shop Sakala 369. It's been 3 years now, not too long. Skala, in Bali we have the Skala and Niskala. Skala, they believe is what you see. Niskala is not what you don't see. So it's basically in Bali you also believe in dualism. And so Skala is like basically what people draw and everything. The Niskala side is just like all this, how to say it, the world that you don't see. So I'm focused on that's why the name of Skala. So and 369 basically it's like a karma. 3 is basically when I tattoo you and then people like it, they will come back to me. They will, you know, use basically like advertisement. For me, it's like kind of karma. 6 basically whatever you do now, maybe will come back to my kids. Say it that way. 9 basically whatever I do now, they will come back to the earth if it's to me or somebody else. It's just like I believe everything's kind of like around. And Scala is basically, you know, like what you see. So basically we focus on visual stuff, like tattoos, painting and everything. Like to the guys that I met in Bali, the elder generation, because now I think it's out of karma. Then I'm back to him that I want to study with him. So I think I wish that Sakala 369 is the place that we can returning all the how to say it, what our ancestor did. Sort of that way. So this is the t-shirt that I make it for InkTown. It's Balinese flowers, inspired by Balinese flowers. It's written down Kortrijk, Belgium, Bali, Indonesia. And this is the iconic place in Kortrijk. Broodtowers. Broodtorens, yeah. So because I seen the pictures, like, you know, water, the castle on it. So in the middle is the moon is the symbol of my shop, 369, like I said before. And I put kind of a frame, like in a Balinese frame. So it's basically, we are from Bali, Indonesia. We come to Kortrijk. We like to share our culture in the Kortrijk way, sort of thing. So the t-shirt, it sells for the good cause. It's organization in Indonesia named Kultura. So it's non-profit organization because a lot of sort of like traditional thing in Indonesia. They don't have support from government anymore that much. So a lot of people who teach them doesn't earn money, so at the end they have to stop. So this money will be to this group that to make the teacher who teach all people to dance everything, they earn money a bit so they can still continue the tradition. That's the idea. And that's the design. Go buy it. Help.